Hi everyone. In today's video, we are going to see how to do Git synchronization in Oracle Analytics Cloud. So in one of the earlier video, we have seen how to build semantic modeler in OAC. In today's video, we are going to see how to push that semantic modeler code into GitHub, and if required, how the same code can be pulled in another environment of OAC. So let's go to Oracle Analytics homepage, semantic model. In the earlier video, we have seen how to deploy sales or how to create a semantic model from scratch. What I have done is I have basically created a duplicate of this sales model and renamed it as demo. So let's go to demo. If I expand the presentation layer, you see 3 dimensions and 1 fact that we created. Now on the right bottom corner, you see a symbol specifying Git. If I click on it, it says your Git hasn't configured it. So in this video, we are going to see how this Git will be configured. So before doing any activity here in Oracle Analytics Cloud, you need to set up a repository in your GitHub. So if you don't have a GitHub account, create a GitHub account. Then once you create that account, you need to create a repository. So I'm going to create this repository now. I will rename this as demo. I'll keep between the public and private. I will let it be public for this demo purpose and click on create repository. Okay, so once it is done, another thing you need to take care of is go to your settings. Then you need to go to developer settings and create a personal access token. So I'm clicking on tokens classic and generate a new token. Generate a new token classic. I'll rename it as demo. I'll select all the options that are available here. So there are quite a few checks that you need to do. But to be on the safer side, it is better to select everything and then click on generate token. So my token is generated, copy it, and I'll save it in a notepad. Okay, so I have saved my personal access token in a notepad because I'm going to need it for the configuration purpose. Then I'll go to my Oracle Analytics, click on start. I need to give the Git repository URL. So I'll go back to GitHub again. I'll go to home page. I'll go to my repository that I created. And you see here, there is a URL that is mentioned. So just copy this URL, paste it here. I'll keep the branch name as main and continue. So it is now verifying whether the Git URL that you have given is correct or not. So it is basically initializing that. Okay, so it has initialized it. There are different profiles you see here. For this demo purpose, I will create another profile as new profile. I'll name it as demo1. My Git username, I have to give, which is nothing but a email ID of your GitHub account. And in the password, what you need to do is you have to give your personal access token that we have generated. So I'll go to my notepad. I'll copy the same and paste it over here and click on initialize Git. Okay, let's see whether it is getting initialized. Okay, you will see a message as Git initialization was successful. And now you will see on your right hand side, there is a window that is showing different options, unstaged changes, staged changes. Now let's go back to your, so whatever you see on your presentation layer, dim customer, dim location, dim product, fact sales. Let's see whether it is reflecting or it has copied to your Git repository that you have created now. So let's go to Git repository. I'll go back to home page again. I'm clicking on the repository. As if you see here now, there are three folders created: logical, physical, presentation, because these are the three layers that we have created in our semantic model. Out of this, let's see, let's click on presentation. Let's click on the demo. If you see, there are three folders as they are in your Oracle Analytics Cloud. So you have dim customer, dim location, dim product, and fact sales. Similarly, the same are visible over here. Now what we are going to do is we are going to make a change in your Oracle Analytics, and we will see whether the same is getting pushed into your GitHub or not. So what we are going to do is let's expand one of the column, like for example, product. So if you see here, it gives all the details what are there inside your product folder. Similarly, I'm expanding here and you see all the columns. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rename one column here. So let's click on active flag FLG, and okay, I don't want to delete it, but I want to rename it. So flag new. So what I have done is basically I have renamed the column from active FLG to active flag new. And let me save this, clicking Control S. Okay, now as you see, the column is renamed. And at the same time, on your right hand side, you are seeing that there is one unstage change. Now I'm going to click on stage all, and I have to commit. So I'll just give some description of the change I have made. So I will mention as renamed the column and click on commit. So commit is successful. Now one last thing you need to do is you need to click on this push symbol that you are seeing over here on the screen. Once you do this, then only it will reflect in your Git repository. So I'm clicking on push, click on push. So it is saying executing Git push. Now the push is successful. So let's go back and see whether it is reflecting or not. So I'll go back to my demo again. I'll go to presentation, demo. I just want to verify in the dim product, I have renamed the column. So let me go to dim product. Let's see if there is a column. Let me refresh this. If you see here, it is now reflecting the new name. Okay, so this was a quick way of showing how you can push your changes from the semantic modeler to your Git repository. Now let's see how the same can be pulled. So let's take an example that you are doing these changes in a lower environment. Now what you want to do is you don't want to build the semantic modeler from scratch in your higher environment, like for example dev and UAT. So in that case, what you can do is you build the semantic modeler in dev, push it into Git, then in your test environment, which is a higher environment, don't build it from scratch, just pull it from the Git. That way you don't need to build something from the scratch. So how to do that pull? Let's see that. The example which I gave of a lower environment to higher environment is just one classic example. There are other ways you can leverage the capability of the Git functionality. So now let's go to semantic model, click on create. I'll click on semantic model. I'll name it as test one. Click on create. Now it gives me four options. Out of this, I'm going to select clone a Git repository. So I'll click clone a Git repository. I'll need to give a repository URL. So I'll go back again. Let me go back to the home page, the demo repository. I'll go to code. I'll copy this URL and I'll give it here. Click on continue. So it is retrieving the Git profiles now. This should not take much of a time. I'll select demo 1 because that is the profile we selected or we created earlier. I'll click on clone. So it is now cloning a Git repository. Now the cloning is successful. And if you see, it has automatically created your physical layer, logical layer, presentation layer. Let's see whether it is reflecting that new column. If you see, it is reflecting with that new column, which we made the change into OAC and then push to Git. Now, if I go back to my semantic model, you see a test one is reflecting automatically here. So because I have done it in the same environment, you are seeing demo and test one in the same environment. But what I was trying to explain is consider a scenario where you are doing demo in a dev and you are exporting it into a Git and then importing it into your higher environment, that is test or UAT. So this way your push and pull mechanism work for a semantic modeler from Oracle Analytics Cloud to your GitHub repository. Hope you found this video insightful. If you have any questions around it, please drop them in the comment section. Thank you.